I had been in farming prior to this. I've spent the last decade working on organic farms and running my own farm down in Massachusetts. And I really love good food, and I really love knowing where my food comes from, and the source of the ingredients means a lot. So here at Front Seat Coffee, we started working with Carrier Roasting because they do a really good job sourcing beans from small farmers, small-scale farmers, and ethically sourced operations. And we get our milk from Sweet Round. Sweet Round Farm is right up the road from us, and they have these beautiful line-back cows, that graze almost in my backyard. I mean, they're very close, and their milk is just like such good milk. That's half the secret to a good latte is like good beans, good coffee, but then the milk has to be really good. And it's really great to know that. It's great to know the farmer that grew these ingredients.
My name is Matt Borg. I run the roasting and sourcing programs at Carrier Roasting. Our sourcing program really is founded on a philosophy of quality, transparency, and strong relationships. The first and easiest to sort of grasp for the consumer is the quality of the coffee. We look for clean and sweet coffee. If it's clean and it's sweet, then it can be roasted to our lighter roasting style and really kind of shine through with a really drinkable quality and a really accessible kind of quality. If the coffees are clean and sweet and they meet a high standard of quality, then we can move on to really diving deeper into the supply chain and the relationships of the supply chain actors. We want to be sure that producers are actually making a living wage or receiving a fair price for their coffee that is not dictated by a certifying body like Fair Trade, which sort of sets a floor, a pricing floor that doesn't move with inflation or with overall market forces. So we let the producer guide that pricing conversation. Coffee has kind of historically been a really murky and almost has quite a colonial kind of past. Buyers from rich countries kind of dictating the prices to the growers who tend to be in poorer countries and with less negotiating power. We prefer a model that puts more of the power into the hands of the producer to be price setters rather than just price takers. Our overarching goal when we pick a coffee and the producer of that coffee that we want to work with is the question, is this a fair deal for everybody? Is the price that's being paid commensurate with the quality that's being received and with the investment that had to go into producing it? And can we purchase this from the same producer again? So is the supply chain transparent enough that we can say, if we really like it this year, can we return next year and make a commitment to the grower or to the group of growers that we're going to buy their coffee again, so that they continue to invest in the infrastructure of their farms to improve quality year over year and into the sustainability of their business so that they can support their families and their communities. So that quality, transparency, and the relationships, that really kind of sums up, those are the foundational pillars of what we do, and they guide every decision that we make when we're buying our coffee.
Just get it out of our system. All right, so I'm Nate Doyon, owner of, or co-owner of Local Donut. I jointly do this with my wife. We've been doing it for a solid year. We live here in Woodbury on the outskirts of Hardwick, and happy to be in this community. Local Donut was born. I'd already been making donuts on the side on the weekends and finding little ingredients here and there that I could support local vendors, and it was just like one of those things. It just kept on, snowballing, and eventually we became what we are now, and we are very strong in the community as far as sourcing. getting different ingredients, whether it be eggs, milk. We're actually talking with a grain vendor right now to buy local flour grown here in Vermont. So it's like we're slowly trying to develop this ethically sourced, local, support local, put money back in the food economy of Vermont, because it will just ripple effect, and more money will stay here in Vermont, and it'll give people the courage to take on and build their businesses. At the end of the day, we're looking at each other to support each other, and that's what Local Donut is about.